Time now to introduce you to this week's special guests. There are normally three of them, but one of them's stuck in the studio working on their latest release. Here is Tony and Jono from Above and Beyond.
Hi, I'm Tony.
I'm Jono, and we're Above and Beyond, and you're watching Tong's Fast Trax.
We were in Miami a couple of months ago. We did our own event at Nocturnal, which went really well. That's the second year we've done our own little imprint there. I think it's probably the best thing to do. So many things going on, you really have to struggle to make an impact there. We're touring around. We've got a bus tour of America coming up soon, but all the time during the week we've been working on our new Ocean Lab album, which will be out later in the summer. It's taken about a year and a half to get this far, and we're really looking forward to getting that out. Above and Beyond got together in 2000 to complete a remix for Warner's Shack for a Home. We all had other things that we were doing at the time. It was a kind of part-time thing when we started it, but luckily for us, Tong played it on Radio 1. It went on to be #1 in the club chart, and Above and Beyond, which started as this kind of thing we were doing in the evenings and weekends, started becoming more and more successful and ended up being our full-time thing.
We played to 1 million people on New Year's Eve in Rio de Janeiro. It was on Barra Beach, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it's quite daunting actually to play to that many people, because you look out and you can't actually see the end of the people. But it's an amazing experience, one we'll never forget, and
exactly.
Maybe we'll never repeat. So
we're talking to the Guinness Book of Records at the moment, but unfortunately it wasn't a ticketed event, so we might not get in there.
It's hard to prove how many people.
It's the thought that
came,
counts. Yeah, the police reports is all we've got really. So.
We've just released our 100th release on our record label Anjuna Beats, and for that we released a compilation album of the best tracks so far, and it's got a DVD of us performing in Brazil and Goa. The label's sort of ethos and philosophy is to release music of really high quality, and we're very particular with our A&R policy. We work very closely with our artists, don't we?
That's right. It started as a thing for us to release our own music at the beginning when we started out, but it's ended up being this enormous international community of artists and fans. Our label website is one of the busiest forums in our scene. The label's ended up being a real asset to us in terms of getting new music to us and introducing us to a lot of really exciting artists. We've got a new album from one of our artists from Australia, a guy called J-Tech, which is coming out later in the year, so watch out for that.
More from Above and Beyond in a few moments' time. It's chaos here, it's chaos. More about Above and Beyond, this week's special guests.
This year, between sort of touring, DJing and stuff, we set aside, I think it was 3 weeks, wasn't it, to move the studio to Ibiza, and that was to sort of do the final work on our Ocean Lab album, and we're still working on it now, but we're nearly there. Ocean Lab is a project we do with a singer called Justine Suissa. It's kind of Above and Beyond plus Justine Suissa. She's a really talented singer and songwriter, and she's got a great voice, so we had to do something with her, and the album's going to be out later this year. And
it's called Sirens of the Sea, and we sort of hit upon this little trick with Tri-State, which is if you put an album of club tracks out, then they get played out all at once, and the album kind of gets worn out in about a month. Whereas if you make them not club tracks but remixable, then the album can sort of live on its own as a kind of listening experience, and then you get to release singles out across the next couple of years. So that's really what we've done with Ocean Lab as well. It's more of a chill out kind of thing than a club record, but those songs that are on there are absolutely remixable, so they'll be the mainstay of our DJ sets for the next year probably.
And if you look at the long lasting dance albums, they're not always really clubby albums as well. And I think that kind of music, the music is often dated by what synth sounds are on the album,
yeah,
what production techniques are used. So I think if you kind of avoid that a little bit, you tend to make something that might be longer lasting in the minds of people.
That's our plan anyway.
In the next couple of months we're off to Mexico, Central America, and also to South America. South America is always great to play. We're playing in a big festival in Buenos Aires there. That's going to be really good. And then after that? After
that we've got a month's bus tour in America, which I'm really looking forward to. Proper silver tour bus, rock and roll.
I was going to say about America though, I think the great thing is that by touring by bus you get to see the real America,
yeah, exactly.
Whereas you don't just stay in the chain hotels.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I drove across America a long time ago, but it's been a while since I've been out on the road there. We've got half a dozen dates in Ibiza again with Cream in the summer, and
we're all over really. We've got an Asian tour coming up in August, and Australia as well. So pretty much all over.
If you want to find out where we're playing, actually, because obviously I've forgotten, check out our website and all the dates are on there.
Many thanks to Tony and Jono from Above and Beyond.